So my name is Colonel Roger Carter. I'm the Assistant Chief Staff Officer responsible for operations in the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. So right now we're in Trinidad and Tobago at regimental headquarters for the Trinidad and Tobago Land Force. And this is exercise TRADEWINDS. In TRADEWINDS 2017, I'm actually the lead planner for Trinidad and Tobago. I've been involved with TRADEWINDS for a few years now, and I recognize the desire of the Caribbean nations to return TRADEWINDS to its exercise format. And that's what we're actually doing this year. This year is a special year. It's the first time I think that we've been able to design TRADEWINDS in such a way that it's one contiguous exercise between two Caribbean nation states. So we all look forward to seeing how it turns out and to developing on the lessons that we learned from TRADEWINDS 2017. So Exercise TRADEWINDS is an annual exercise sponsored by U.S. Southern Command, and it involves all of the partner nations in CARICOM, as well as some other partners from outside of CARICOM like United Kingdom, France and others. What we try to do by and large is to develop our capabilities in terms of dealing with certain critical issues that have concern to the Caribbean region, like HADR, that's humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, as well as the issues of counter transnational organized crime. So this is an annual exercise for us where we deal with working together to combat some of those problems.
My name is Lieutenant Commander Michael Maharaj. I am a member of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, and I'm the Maritime Lead Planner for Exercise TRADEWINDS 2017 in Trinidad and Tobago. The Proliferation Security Initiative component of Exercise TRADEWINDS 2017 centers around an interagency and international operation. Partnerships include the Maritime Forces of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, the Land Forces of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the Canadian Forces, and it has 3 phases: on the land and 2 at sea. At sea, there's an interception of a vessel and also the assault on a rig, and it has to do with the interception of illegal chemicals, precursor chemicals, and dual-use technology.
I'm Commander Alex Koyman from the Canadian Joint Operations Command, and I'm the Exercise Director for the Canadian contingent in TRADEWINDS 17. Through Exercise TRADEWINDS, we support the development of capabilities and interaction of regional partners' defense and security efforts, including maritime interdiction capabilities. We also aim to improve information sharing, particularly in aerial and maritime domain awareness, and support the development, procurement, and deployment of assets that align with partners' needs, operational capacity, and maintenance and sustainment ability. This year, the Canadian Armed Forces has sent about 90 soldiers and sailors. These include Her Majesty's Canadian Ship Kingston, which is a maritime coastal defense vessel, 2 6-person Canadian Army contingents from the 2nd and 5th Canadian Divisions to provide headquarters mentorship, a joint Canadian Armed Forces and Global Affairs Canada Disaster Assessment Team to exercise the approach to strengthening the defense support between partner nations for civilian government-led disaster response efforts, and a diver training team from Fleet Diving Unit Atlantic.
My name is Lieutenant Navy Greg Richards. I'm the training officer at Fleet Diving Unit Atlantic. Fleet Diving Unit Atlantic, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, are here sharing knowledge and teaching skills to assist the partner nations in countering maritime threats in the area.
So the objectives of Exercise TRADEWINDS are actually many. So one of those objectives is to support the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative, which is an American concept that really reflects on all of us in the Caribbean. And also we try to build operational capacity as well as our ability to coordinate with one another to achieve objectives. This year we've actually taken it a step further, and we've also brought in the Treaty on Security Assistance among CARICOM member states, which really says that CARICOM member states need to be able to deploy to another CARICOM member country to assist them with either a humanitarian assistance problem or issue of national security in one of the particular states.
The Proliferation Security Initiative component of Exercise TradeWinds is very important to Trinidad and Tobago. Having signed on to the accord approximately 3 years ago, we are trying to highlight the fact that we are a member. We are showing that Trinidad and Tobago has the skill and the will and the international partnership that we can leverage for the non-proliferation of precursor chemicals and dual-use technology, and also to encourage others within the region to sign on to this very worthwhile initiative.
The Proliferation Security Initiative really deals with the issue of the movement of weapons of mass destruction, as well as the elements that you use to create weapons of mass destruction. And it really signals the fact that we are, that as a world, that we are really dependent on one another. So it really talks about the whole issue of globalization and the fact that a threat that may be passing through the Caribbean may really affect Europe or North America or somewhere else, and that we all have a responsibility to ensure that we do our best to prevent these things from happening. It really reflects the fact as well too that we are our brother's keeper, and I think that that's an important fact for us to remember. Even here in the Caribbean, we may be small, but we do have an important role in terms of ensuring the safety of the whole global space.